going on? This is Fantasy Tomorrow, but you already knew that more than likely. My name's Jaden, and this is Caleb. We're going to be doing things a little differently per usual because we're still trying to get a good feel for everything. So in this video, we are only going to be talking about waiver wires, who to pick up, who to look for, all that good jazz. So with that being said, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's go on ahead and jump on in. So, Caleb, who has a bye week this week?
So, to start off, our bye weeks this week are the Raiders, the Saints, the Chargers, and the Seahawks. So, definitely a lot of fantasy valuable players there that we're going to have to replace in our lineup. So, it's good to know who is available on waivers so that we can hopefully grab some people and plug and play them if we need to.
Yeah, it's always good to know what kind of players are setting out because so many of those players honestly come into play. Really, let's just count how many times I can say play in a sentence. That was like 6. So, Caleb, what QBs are we looking to stream on the waiver wire for week 6?
So, one of my favorite streamers for this week is Kirk Cousins, quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. Now, he hasn't been outstanding this season by a long shot. Nothing remarkable at all. But he faces a really good matchup in Week 6. He's going up against the Falcons. Falcons have a terrible pass defense. They've been lit up time after time this season. So Kirk Cousins, he should be a good option for you. Plus, that Minnesota offense is finally starting to get rolling. So I see good things for Cousins this week. And then also Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, Fitzpatrick just lit up the 49ers last week. And I think he's going to do the exact same thing this week. They're going up against the Jets, which means they have a very favorable matchup. So Fitzpatrick should have no problem scoring some points for your team this week.
Perfect. I've been waiting for you to bring him up again so I could say the Fitz magic is back. What running backs have a big upside and we should be looking to stream for week 6?
So my favorite one is probably Chase Edmonds. Now, he's still sharing touches in Arizona with Kenyon Drake. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't have value. Wow. But I think Edmonds is actually probably the better runner between him and Drake. And I wouldn't be surprised if Edmonds eventually started to take over that starting job there in Arizona. Not to mention right now, Chase Edmonds is actually getting the more valuable touches. He's seen all of the work in the passing game for the Cardinals as well. So I like Chase Edmonds a lot. You should definitely add him. He has flex value now, and he could have starter value in the future. Another one that you have to pick up or at least look at is Alexander Mattison. Now, Alexander Mattison had a great Week 5. He was taking the role of an injured Dalvin Cook, and he ran really well. He looked really good. He even actually did better than Cook did with the touches that he got. So depending on how severe Dalvin Cook's injury is, we might see Mattison a lot more moving forward. And he's a really good handcuff to have and could be a good option and a potential league winner if Cook is out for an extended period of time. Another running back I really like is Jamal Williams for the Green Bay Packers. He had a bye week in Week 5, so he's probably flying under the radar a little bit, but he's definitely someone that you should give a look. He's been playing really well. He's getting a lot of passing work for the Green Bay Packers, so definitely go and give him a look. Also, Devonta Freeman, running back for the New York Giants. I like him. He's been running really well. He's been seeing a lot of volume, so even though the Giants aren't a good team, their offense isn't very explosive. We're chasing that volume. That's what we want from our running backs, and Freeman is valuable just because of that. Tony Pollard, playing for the Dallas Cowboys, is another running back that presents a lot of value, and that's mainly because the Cowboys are going to have to go more towards a run-heavy scheme after Dak Prescott got hurt. And I think Pollard is going to see his value kind of increase because of that. So they should be running a lot more runs, which means more touches and more playing time for Tony Pollard. J.D. McKissic is another running back who I like a lot. Plays for the Washington football team. He's actually been seeing quite a few of their snaps, splitting time pretty evenly with Antonio Gibson. And it seems like they like throwing him the ball. He's a good check down option for Washington. So McKissic, he doesn't have a high ceiling, but he has a high floor, and is someone that you could start in a pinch if you need to. And then also the last one I'll throw out is running back Justin Jackson with the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, he had a great week on Monday night, and he really looked better than his teammate Joshua Kelly. So while Austin Eckler is still hurt, I think you can start Justin Jackson comfortably. It seems like he's the better runner in that backfield at the moment. and I like him a lot as a waiver wire pickup this week.
Yeah, Chase Edmonds is one of our must pickups this week, like above all, so make sure you go out and get him. But now that we have all that out of the way, are there any wide receivers that we should be looking to stream?
So my first one I like is Mecole Hardman for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, this is mainly because Sammy Watkins got injured in Week 5, and he's going to miss a couple of weeks at least. And I think Hardman is going to see his usage increase because Sammy Watkins is going to be sitting out. So don't be surprised if Mecole Hardman has a couple of very explosive weeks while Sammy Watkins is out with injury. Now, another explosive option is Henry Ruggs for the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, he had a very explosive week in Week 5, caught a couple of huge catches against the Chiefs, and I think that he could continue to do this down the road this season. I do think there probably will be some weeks here and there where Ruggs just doesn't perform the way that you expect him to, but I think that in between those weeks, he's just going to absolutely explode. So he's a big boom or bust player. Now, the number one or probably most popular pickup or ad for this week is Chase Claypool, wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, he scored 4 touchdowns this past week. That's likely not going to happen again, but what could continue to happen is him seeing a high number of targets. He saw 11 targets in Week 5, and it seems like Big Ben, his quarterback, really likes throwing him the ball. So expect Chase Claypool to continue to carve out a role in the Steelers' offense, and he should be a solid flex play for you going forward. Now, Preston Williams finally had a good week. He's wide receiver for the Dolphins. He finally has been actually living up to his potential. I think he's getting a little bit more involved with that offense. He's someone that you could grab this week, along with Travis Fulgham. Now, he had a huge game for the Eagles, and while he is worth a pickup, don't expect too much from him. Now, he had a huge week last week, but going forward, he's going to be having a little bit more competition for targets as Alshon Jeffrey and some others, Deshaun Jackson, as they start returning from injury. Expect Fulgham's workload to go down, but in the meantime, you could start him if you need to. Now, Laviska Shenault, he's a wide receiver for Jacksonville. His value is increasing, mainly because DJ Shark got injured. But even with Shark on the field, he's produced consistent fantasy production while he's been playing. So Shenault is a valuable player to have. Christian Kirk, wide receiver for Arizona. I like him. He's someone who's finally starting to establish his role on the offense for the Cardinals. And he could be someone that you could definitely go out and grab and play if you need to. And finally, Mike Williams, wide receiver for the Los Angeles Chargers. He had a great week, really performed very well on Monday night. A lot of that came while Keenan Allen was out with injury, but I think Mike Williams is still going to be very valuable. His quarterback, Justin Herbert, seems to love to throw the ball deep down the field, and that's where Mike Williams really excels in his game. So Mike Williams is definitely someone that should be added in just about every single league.
I just want to add that Caleb said add Chase Claypool last week, and one man that added him and played him won $1 million because of him going off last week. So just listen to the guy, okay? Are there any tight ends that we should be looking to stream?
It wasn't a great week for tight ends, but there are a couple I think you could pick up if they're still available. One is Jimmy Graham. Now, he's slowly been quietly been one of the more productive tight ends this year for the Bears. He's one of their most valuable red zone targets, and he's a bit touchdown reliant as a tight end, but really our tight ends, it's such a shallow group of players that we're just chasing any production we can find. So Jimmy Graham is worth an add if you're really desperate. Then also Austin Hooper is a little bit of a deeper look that I think is kind of trending in the right direction. He's seeing an increase in targets each week. He saw 10 last week, and I think that's a good sign. If he's getting 10 targets each week, he's absolutely going to end up being a tight end that we can use in fantasy football. So give him a shot too if you're really desperate.
And lastly, what defenses should we be looking to stream this week?
So there's two. One's the Washington football team. They didn't have a good week last week, but this week they're playing the Giants. The Giants turn over the ball a lot. They allow a lot of sacks. Washington has one of the best defensive fronts in the NFL, which means they should be getting pressure on Daniel Jones, and that should lead to sacks, which will lead to points for your team. I like them. They're probably my favorite streaming option for defense this week. Then also the Miami Dolphins. They're the just fortunate team to get to play the Jets this week. It's always kind of a no-brainer. Whenever you have a team that's playing the Jets, just stream the defense that's playing against them, and you're probably going to score plenty of points. So I like the football team. I like the Dolphins this week.
Per usual, Caleb hates the Jets. But with that being said, that is this episode where we went over waiver wires. Guys, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We love interacting and we love new subscribers. So please do that. My name's Jaden. That was Caleb. I'm going to throw a recap up here. And while you're looking over that, I'm going to tell you that this is Fantasy Tomorrow, where we're giving you the information to learn today and win tomorrow. See you guys next week. Bye.